Hello everyone, long time no see. I decided to come on and do a craft along video. I'm going to work on a outgoing swap. This is a Valentine's Day swap that is due on February 10th, so it is fast approaching. This is being hosted by Doc. She is Paper Crafting Doc on YouTube. Her name is Drinda. She wanted the participants to create this little pocket using one piece of 12 by 12 double-sided pattern paper. I did go ahead and get started on that. This is an Echo Park paper collection. I believe it's called Love Notes. Hang on. Yes, Love Notes, Echo Park. I had ordered some of the individual sheets of the 12 by 12 paper, and this was one of them. The requirements are make one, receive one. It should include 4 flowers, 4 bows, 1 shaker, 1 wand, a sequin mix, the word love somewhere on the swap, and a sweet treat. I ate the little envelope or pocket using her tutorial. Here's what I came up with. It's best to use non-directional paper, but I did go ahead and use this, and my hearts are upside down here, but mostly it's covered up, so I'm not too worried about it. And on the back, the hearts are going the right direction. I used some lace trim. I got this, a big bolt of it at Ollie's. This was part of their fabric that they had been getting in from Joann's, and I was lucky enough to snag a bolt of this trim. I used a Scrap Diva heart. It's actually from this, what's it called? It's like a flower mini album set, and it included the word love, which is right here, and it included this shaker heart set here with the heart doily. So I've used those to create this heart banner. These little flags are part of the ephemera collection that came with Love Notes. Here's all the bits and pieces. So I used 2 of these. I've got all these pieces left here. I did do a little bit of stitching around it. I just used some white thread. Here's my word love. That's a requirement. And it is popped up slightly on a piece of red foam. And I did not make this a shaker. Down here is one of the pieces of ephemera. It says you hold the key to my heart. I did not do any other stitching other than stitch my lace trim on. I did bring it around the edges just a little bit so it looked more finished. And I did that before I glued everything together. In the tutorial, she showed to glue this part down, but I wanted to leave it open in case I want to tuck something in there, like might be a little bit bigger. I glued it in about this far, just on the top, like right on the back side of it. That way I can really stuff this pocket. Oh, this one is open on the back. Also, I did not glue that down. That way I can tuck some things in there maybe that wouldn't necessarily fit otherwise. That is my base. Now, in my last video, I shared all of the my Valentine's stash. All of the beautiful projects I received from incoming swaps and hostess gifts that I received from swaps that I've hosted and some other challenges. I thought I would use what I have instead of trying to recreate. I'm going to take whatever I use and upcycle it or add to it. In front of me, I have a few items that I'm kind of interested in using. I don't know how I'm going to make the wand, but I cut out a couple of pieces of paper and I need to make a rosette. I'm going to make that out of some papers. So I have to do that. These were left over from when I cut out my main word love that is on here. These were included in some of my stash. This word sentiment also, and this. I might want to use some of those. The other thing that I have to make is a shaker. And since I already have so many, I decided I was going to use one that I have. This pattern paper back here matches the collection I'm using. So I am going to use that. Look how cute this is. I don't remember who this is from. I love this. It's got beautiful sequins. I think it's perfect. I also got this bag topper. I added this little flower on here. This was also gifted to me, so I glued that flower on top of this bow just to give it a little bit of different look. This is going in here. It's got really cute hearts on it, so why wouldn't I use that? And that can just go somewhere in my pocket. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go yet, but you get the idea. And the other thing that I already finished was my flowers. Let me take them out so you can get a good look at them. How do I get in here? This is the bag topper. I added this flower on there. So the bag has those little hearts on it again. And we were to make 4 flowers. So I made 4 of these. I don't know if you can tell in the middle. They've got a heart in the middle. And the petals are heart-shaped. I believe this is a cast craft die. 2 pink ones and 2 red ones. Get them in here. I have these also that I'm adding in. These are 2 different die sets. So those are ready to go. I made, I guess, 8 instead of 4, but I just felt like 4 wasn't enough for me. So those are ready to go. Those are going to go maybe right there. That's as far as I have gotten. I think I'm going to start by making some larger rosettes so I can get going on this wand. All right, I went and got a die set I want to use. This is my all-time favorite rosette die set. I am going to use this to make the rosette that I use for my wand. I like to make my rosettes with a lighter weight paper rather than heavy cardstock. So I went in my little stash. I've had this for a while. I think I got this in a mystery box. This is Echo Park. It's still a little bit thicker than what I normally like to work with, but I'm gonna try it. And it's double-sided, so it's this darker red on the back and then pink on the other. So I thought that would be perfect with this for my rosette. So I'm going to go ahead and I have to cut it out 3 times. So I'm going to do that off camera and we'll be back. I have my glue gun heating up. I'm going to start putting this together. Here is what we're working with. I think I only need 3, and I wasn't sure what I wanted the center to look like, so I cut this out in a couple different, the iridescent and the red side of the cardstock. First, I'm going to go ahead and start bending these. This is definitely thicker cardstock than what I like to use, but since this is going to be used to make a wand, I think it should be a little thicker anyway. think I need 3 more. All right, I'm gonna cut 3 more. I cut them the wrong side up, so I wasted a couple pieces of the rosette. Maybe I can use those. I have just enough left probably to make 1 more rosette. I've got 6 of those, and they all have a peak here on the left side where the tab is. I'm gonna glue these together. I'm gonna put the glue on the top here. Yeah, that's a good size. I am going to bring my glue gun over. Oh, I need to figure out the center. What center do I want? I want it like this. Hang on. My cat is sitting here watching me and she is purring away. Either that or like this. I think I like the first one. Yeah, we're going with this, like that. We're going to do the pink side up, but we're going to do the back side first. And I need to use this for the back. Okay, so I'm gonna use quite a bit of glue in here. Then I'm gonna put my backer on. There, that looks good. That's perfect. All right. Then on this side, I will secure it with this. Then just put it right in the middle. Oh, look how pretty it turned out. There's my rosette. I'm gonna go and cut this out in 110 pound, just to give it a little more sturdiness. Okay, I got it cut out. Gonna put this back. It did a pretty good job. Only a couple of these did not poke out. And I had this one that I cut out earlier from that same die set. So this would be my back layer, like that. Oh, that's really pretty. I like the little lacy edge on there. This needs to be popped up on foam or something. I don't know how this will cut out with foam, but I'm gonna try it. There, that's ready to go. I'm gonna just let that dry for a couple minutes. Here is kind of what I'm working with to do the wand. I've got the layer of the smaller rosette that I put the foam on. I'm gonna glue all this together. And I think I'll put the straw between these two back layers, get that squished down and glued in really good. That will be my base. I want to use this and this cute kitty here. It's on foam. I believe this is from Leslie. I want to use that. It's super adorable. This was off of one of the swaps I received. I took this off of the packaging. Just gonna put a bunch of glue right down in there. Clean up the back a little. Place that. All right, so then just about right there. So cute, I love it. Charlie decided to settle in. All right, I took a little break and it is nighttime, so you'll see the lighting has changed quite a bit. I did a little bit off camera. I just was getting into finishing up the wand, so I'll show you what I added the doily to the back, and I added this puffy heart to the bottom. So here's what she's looking like. I'm gonna add some sort of ribbon or seam binding or something, or a bow down here. I just don't know yet what that's gonna look like. I also made a sequin pack. I stitched a heart. I got the vinyl from Hobby Lobby on clearance. It was an old shoe holder hanger, and it had ripped, so it was on clearance, and I brought it home and thought I could repurpose that. So I made it out of that. Super cute. It was a little bit difficult stitching around the circle because I'm not very good at it, but I think it turned out cute. The little dangle here is I repurposing that. The next thing I wanted to work on, I'm doing some bows. I already made a couple. I haven't done anything to the center yet. I want to make sure this dries completely. And this is the small double bow from Chaos Craft. Came out March of 2025, and I really like this set. It has a large size and a small size. I did mine in the small. I'll just do one with you, so I'll do the polka dot one. So this is going to be my base, and I am going to just do some glue around the outside edges here, just so it's tacked down to the base. I'm not worried about the center part as much. So then I'm just going to glue that right on top of the white. Let that dry for just a minute. I'm going to do the same thing to the smaller one. All right, so there's the base, but I'm going to curl this a little bit with my bone folder so that it has a nice rounded look to it. Doing this helps not make it like crack or look creased in the middle of the bow when I go to glue it all together. Just gonna loosen up those paper fibers so it bends easily, and I'm making sure I'm pinching off of here because I am pulling really hard on this and I don't want it to rip. Okay, same thing to the side. Looking pretty good, and I'm just gonna gently form it a little bit more since I got it started. I'm gonna go ahead and glue this. Most people would be using hot glue here. I am going to use wet glue. And I know I'll have to hold this. I've got these little clips. I'm just going to put it on there once I get it in place. There we go. Just let that set and dry. Do the same thing to this one. Okay, let those dry. The next thing I want to work on, I have a little goodie in here I want to include. I made a bag topper. I used the Scrap Diva nesting heart circle die set. I used the medium one, and I made this out of one of the coordinating pieces of cardstock for the Love Notes collection. That's my bag topper. That's gonna go on here. I wanted to add, to embellish it a little bit, I'm gonna put this arrow on here, flower in the middle, and then this I received in one of the swaps. I'm gonna put hugs on here. So I just need to get my placement where I want it. I think that looks good. So I'm just gonna make this flat. I'm not gonna add any foam dots underneath because I feel like things are getting a little bit chunky for this little pocket flower. Put that right in the middle of the arrow. Put that right there. Just right here on the bag. Let me get the requirements for the swap out of my handy dandy swap book. Let's see, I got 4 flowers, 4 bows, a shaker, a wand, and a sequin mix. Have the word love somewhere on the swap, and a sweet treat. I just need a sweet treat, and I'll get that tomorrow. And then I need a ATC or Memdex or something just to identify myself. So I have these cards made up here, and I'll either put that on the back of an ATC card or a Memdex card. And I'm going to go into the collection. I have a lot of cut aparts and tags in there. So I'm going to see what I can make using that. I'm not going to do that on camera because I think this video is getting a little long. I'll do a final reveal so you can see what it all looks like. So here's the bucket. I haven't done anything to the back yet, but I might add some stuff to the top or to the back. That is all. I'm going to make my ATC card, wait for these to dry, and I'll do a final reveal when I have everything finished and I'm getting ready to send it out. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.